Welcome to part 21 of the Sonic Adventure DX commentary, where we go through Gamma's final level of the playthrough, Hot Shelter.
Hot Shelter. Unfortunately, one of the more difficult levels if you don't know what's coming your way.
Exactly. Especially if you're going through your first time playing this.
Especially if you miss the laser blaster. As Gary put it, it's pretty good to get this thing early.
Exactly, because, you know, the default laser blaster is good enough as is, but the blast radius with the laser blaster just really gets the job done.
It's gonna save you time. It's gonna help out with clearing a lot of, those boxes and crates and whatever out of the way. It's also gonna help you get those combos, and this stage is actually pretty long compared to some of the others. So getting those combos to save that time is pretty good. I remember when I first did this back when I was a kid, I totally ran out of time. Like the first 2 or 3 times, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, and really nothing much else to really say about Hot Shelter, except, we're branching into a different path through this playthrough now. There's actually only 3 sections in this level as Gamma.
Ah, God, who else comes here? Big?
Yeah,
Big comes here.
Big and Amy.
Big and Amy.
No one else.
Huh.
Not Sonic, not Tails, or not Knuckles either.
Or Knuckles. Interesting. It's kind of more of the side characters. Yeah, that gap right there was not prepared when I first played this to clear that gap, so I lost a lot of time.
Well, the trick there is, and I didn't show it off properly, but the trick there is not holding the A button when you get off that ramp. You want to wait until you're in the air after going off that ramp, and then holding the A button to hover to the other platform.
Yeah, because if you're holding A, it just makes you hover like as soon as you get into the air, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you won't clear it, yeah.
So
that's what always screwed me up. Now we're on the tram.
And this actually is the most unique part of Hot Shelter for Gamma's playthrough.
Totally exclusive.
And the trick here is you want to... this is a good area to rack up time if you're running low. And despite those doors opening up to reveal the enemies, you can still target your enemies through the doors to rack up some time.
Rack up nearly some time.
Yeah.
It's like an entire third of the total time you've got that you just racked up right there.
Yep. But, yeah. I mean,
this is one of the few stages, though, where keeping a shield on Gamma really helps.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right there.
Definitely.
Just
because even though it doesn't really show during Sonic, Tails, or even Amy's or Big's playthrough, but those coconuts can really be a big bother.
Yeah, that's pretty true. Gamma doesn't really have the quick movement. Big doesn't either, but he gets confronted with a lot less enemies than Gamma.
Yep.
But because Gamma's whole combo shooting thing is pretty much based on him clearing stages.
Yep.
You gotta contend with a lot of obstacles.
And I mean, like I did right there, that's another good area to rack up some bonus time for your timer right there. Is just
take your time.
Just safely hover down and aim for all the badniks, and you can actually rack up, let's see, 30 seconds per wave, I believe, and there's like maybe 3 sets of them, not including the one that's ground, so 4 of them. So 30 times 4, that's like a good 2. Well, let me see. 2 minutes that you can rack up right there.
And that's a quick clear on Zeta there. One of the most, I guess, radical design changes that the E100 series got.
Yeah, I've always questioned about that design. How the hell did Zeta...
I don't know how he got like that. I don't know how anyone thought it would be useful, because he can't move. So, why would you want that?
I have no idea. But enough about that. We just got done with Zeta, and now we are going to hunt down for Beta.
Now we've got a pretty pivotal scene here.
Oh yes, this is where my love for Gamma skyrockets, because he realizes that the remaining units is Beta, not only Beta, but himself included.
Because he is, in fact, one of the E100 series at the end of the day.
Yep.
Now we see the improved Beta fly by.
And before he has to take care of himself, there's just one more scrap of metal that he has to get rid of, and that's Beta.
Mm-hmm.
And might I add that, this is 100%. This is my all-time favorite boss battle in the Sonic Adventure game, right here.
It's the most varied, just from the way that he'll deflect your shots if you try to just take a shot at him normally. Of course, once he does a charge there, he's vulnerable, but his status of invincibility, other than things just, mysteriously orbiting by him or something, he actually just slaps your shots aside.
Yeah, and despite him, only having 4 hits in, it is the most drawn out boss battle throughout this game, besides the Monster of the Week, but
Definitely. But Beta's definitely got some style to him, from his moveset down to, hell, the boss music.
Hell yeah, the boss music that's playing right now is actually the top 1 pick that I would listen to throughout the, over the other songs that are displayed in this game, and I would make this my number 1 spot, and my number 2 spot, the Twinkle Circuit theme.
Mm-hmm.
That's
definitely got that jazzy electro tone to it, which is nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh, and there he goes. Once again, not exactly a tough kill. If you know what's coming, if you don't, you may be caught a little off guard.
Definitely. And that's Beta, Mark II.
Indeed.
And thus ending the playthrough of E102 Gamma.
Beta flops on the ground.
So, with Beta out of the picture, what's there left for Gamma to do?
Apparently, take a shot to the chest.
And yet,
Beta's not finished.
And yet, he still manages to walk around after taking that big blow.
Well, we all know that Gamma's pretty awesome.
Well, in terms of
there's a white green flicky right there. We witnessed an Amy story.
Yeah, definitely. But in terms of all the robots that Eggman has designed, E102 Gamma is far superior.
He's pretty high on the list.
Definitely.
This is why I love Gamma's theme song right there, just because how well it fits in with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel sad at this part right here, because then he finally realizes where that flicky comes from, and bam, that's just the end of Gamma right there.
Short-lived. Definitely one of the tightest stories, though.
Yeah.
Most character development, and he's not even alive, really. He is robotic, and has the most character development.
But, you know what? Before he even died, at least he carried out his mission, and that's the most important thing by the end of the day.
Saved his friends, and
himself included, if you look at it
saved
that way.
himself too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And as we fade out right here.
Hello, Red Flicky.
Indeed.
So.
And that's Gamma's story.
Yep.
Probably. Aside from maybe Bean the Duck, Mighty the Armadillo, and actually not really Mighty, but Ray the Squirrel, he's pretty much got the shortest showing of any character in the game.
Definitely. And, in terms in terms of character development, E102 Gamma is definitely pretty high on the list.
Oh yeah, it was a great way to bring him about and into the story while also having him, exit the universe as well.
Yes.
Without anything too dramatic or ridiculous. He kind of just comes in as quiet, or he kind of just leaves as quietly as he comes in.
Exactly, and
he's created and then he's destroyed. But, all for good reasons.
But, I mean, E102 Gamma, at the beginning, he's, he has no clue what the fuck he's doing. He's just simply following Dr. Robotnik's orders.
He's got a clue, and to him, orders are all that matters. And he quickly realizes that, it's not the case.
Yeah, because when he runs into Amy, as well as that blue bird, he finally realizes what he must do to try to
do what's right.
Yeah, exactly. And there's really not much else I can really say about E102 Gamma. He's just that amazing of a character.
I don't know if you've played Sonic Colors on the DS.
I have not.
Well, I was watching a playthrough a little bit ago, and he basically learns what Shadow delivers as an awesome one-liner, in my opinion, to Omega during the DS Colors playthrough. Shadow simply states, because at one point Omega's like, "Oh, well, how come you let Sonic, how come you're letting Sonic run around and, save the day and fight Eggman? According to the data, your power is equal to Sonic's."
Mm-hmm.
And Shadow just delivers probably one of the best one-liners he's got, at least like top 20 or something. And just delivers the one-liner of, "Well, that just goes to show data won't tell you everything."
Exactly.
And that's exactly what Gamma learns, is that data doesn't tell you everything.
Exactly.
It's not always black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So...
But in terms of gameplay, I really have no issues with it whatsoever, especially...
I don't either. I mean, it excelled well enough to bring it back in Sonic Adventure 2.
Exactly, with the mech stages. And,
in my opinion, Gamma probably had the better gameplay just because he was so much more mobile.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I mean, I have nothing against Sonic Adventure 2's mech stages, but the controls for the mechs just... I mean, yes, you could say they're realistic, so to speak. Also, I don't know why it shows him visiting the Master Emerald there.
I don't know either.
But, the controls for the mechs in Sonic Adventure 2 can be a bit of tomfoolery, so to say. A bit clunky, a bit ridiculous, and sometimes they'll throw you off a cliff.
Yeah.
I've had it happen. They're not the most precise things on the planet, let's say that.
And this theme song that's playing right now, you will hear that throughout this... You've heard it throughout this playthrough, and as Evan has stated multiple times, that this is his favorite character theme song.
It's of Sonic Adventure 1, it's definitely my favorite character theme song. Of course, I'm sure everyone's heard it by now. If you played a Sonic game and you haven't heard this song, you're living under a rock. Of course, the whole theme for the whole game, Open Your Heart, is the best song ever.
Oh yes, definitely.
But in terms of the character theme songs, Gamma wins out in my opinion. But that's just me.
I can't believe I'm not getting to this till now, but this game is 10 years old. God damn it.
It is. It is. Wait, is it 10 or is it 11? Can't remember. I think it's 10.
I think the original release... No, that seems about right. It released in 2003 on the Dreamcast, I think.
Okay, so it's 10.
But
anyway, more on that next episode.
Where we, yeah, that's it. So we will see you in part 22.